Raw Skye. Welcome to my channel, and this is Marabella. We will be doing a full moon ceremony today for the harvest moon, and I did want to let Marabella introduce some of her music because she's got some exciting news.
Yes, I have music to go. So I have the book Petals of Love, which is it was my, actually Mama Cacao's gift to humanity. I feel like I'm Mama Cacao's ambassador. So we have the book Petals of Love. There's also a journal, accompanying journal. And now I have music. It's called Petals of Love. And you can look up my name, Marabella Muncie. And it's a whole playlist for you to meditate with or just have on in the background, or you can pick up the book and do a little ceremony with your cacao and the music. But I'm gonna play it through our ceremony today.
I love that so much. So people we can put the link to the Marabella's music and get it on iTunes. Is that right?
You can get it on iTunes. I think you can get it on Spotify, YouTube. It should be all over wherever you can get music.
Yay! Amazing! Hey, Colleen, welcome.
Welcome. Hello.
Okay,
I'm gonna light a little Palo Santo. I don't know how your day has been, but I was like busy. I just sat down. It's my first time to sit down today. So I'm gonna light a little Palo Santo to open our space. How is everyone? How are you, Skye?
I am good. I feel like it's taken this amount of time for me to settle back into Australia. I feel like my sleep needed to, my motivation really slowed being out of whack, and I feel I'm back. I'm back,
Yay!
baby.
She's back. Woohoo!
How about you? You've been busy.
Yeah, busy. Well, last time we were together, I lost my dog. Yeah. So in a 2-week span, so my dog died in my arms. It was so traumatic. It was really hard. And my husband was so gracious. He's like, I don't like to see you moping and sad. So we got another dog, which is good because we would have gotten another one anyway. But this way we could train her before the winter comes, because it's fall here in the Pacific Northwest, and it will be snowing in a couple months probably. So this way we can train her, potty train her before the winter time. So yeah, so it's just been like having a new baby in the house. And then I've also been doing some more EFT and hypnotherapy sessions, and so that's been keeping me busy. And I'm taking a class to learn more about inner child. I'm a certified hypnotherapist, and my teacher is teaching inner child in a different way. So I'm like being a student now. So learning all that, and just feel like I'm going multiple different directions, which is perfect for this fiery Aries energy. Oh my gosh, our full harvest moon is in Aries. So it's very fiery. So you've got the theme of autumn, where we are rebirth. Like it's rebirth. Like the leaves change colors. They're beautiful. They fall off the tree, and then we get to be renewed. So I thought our theme today could be about being present, like being here, and how being present really helps us to go through all the different seasons of life, any kind of traumas that happen, or whatever is going on in the world, to help us stay grounded and focused. So today, I know you have your cacao, and I have green juice today.
We've done a swap. Usually I'm with green juice or juice or tea, and today we've swapped. I'm with cacao.
I'm so happy that you brought the cacao today. Can you guys hear the music? Does it sound?
I think it's at a good level because I still hear you. That's what we want to hear you. Because anyone just joining, Marabella's just released her own music, and it's in an album, right?
It's on all the platforms. So it's an album form, yes. But you can if you choose to buy the music, you can buy the album, or you can buy it song by song, or you can just listen if you have iMusic or Spotify.
I love this. I'm going to download it afterwards and have a good listen and sit in that element. I love that.
Yeah,
Amazing. You are
something a
doing
little
so many
extra.
amazing things.
So fun. Thank you. Well, let's
Voila.
just open our ceremony. Let's just put our hands on our heart. I always like to check in here at Heart Center. So whether you're just getting your day started or you've had a full day, we'll just come in, Heart Center, maybe even imagining that you can breathe through your heart. Take some nice deep breaths and slowly exhale. Just so happy that we can come together and gather. Part of being present is just being right here in the moment. So letting go of anything that you've had on your mind, you can pick that up later after the ceremony. Taking a nice deep breath in and exhaling out. And maybe even just setting an intention for yourself, for maybe just an intention for the rest of the day, or maybe an intention for this month, and from this month until we get to the next full moon. Taking a moment to do that now. Just breathing in. And go ahead and take your drink, whatever it is that you're having. I'm having the green juice and Skye is having cacao.
I'm having cacao today, guys. I haven't had it in
Yay!
like months.
Oh, that first sip. Tell me how it is.
It's so good. I made it
So
really good. That's why I was running a bit late. It's
yeah.
amazing.
Oh, so good. And I have to have my green juice every day. But next ceremony, I will be doing the cacao. I just felt a little overstimulated today and I need to ground.
At least you're listening to your body. That's what this is about.
Yes, absolutely. So I want you to take your drink and I'm going to read a little bit from my book. This is in the first chapter. This is called The First Sip of Remembrance. And go ahead and have your drink. And to become present is really to be in the moment. And one of the things that you can do to become present is to become one with all your senses, your sense of sight, smell, touch, taste, hearing. So just take a look at your beautiful drink and look at its beauty, maybe smell it. When you take a taste of it, what does it taste like? How does it feel? And also, we're going to go into gratitude for however your drink got here. All the people that grew the plant, grew the cacao, grew the vegetables, picked the vegetables, shipped them to us. We're in such gratitude for the earth, for providing for us, and all the hands that our product touched before it came to us. And to fully embrace the ritual, you must awaken your senses. Sight. So we're going to take a moment to appreciate the color, the deep, rich color, deep, rich, earth-toned color that reflects the soil, or the beautiful green, shade of green that represents my green juice. Just being in the moment and really, I mean, how many times do we just pick up our drinks and we don't pay attention to them? Like,
Yeah. And the thing about sitting in love, I notice, is the more you get your mind to remember who made this, who made the mug, how loved you are today, is your mind starts to default to that often throughout
right.
the day. So I noticed when I learnt self-love, when I healed, is in times of stress even, I'd be going, oh, I love the plants and I love the sky and I love and so that's really important as well.
Oh, that just gave me goosebumps and chills. That is okay. So when I lost my dog, such grief, like unbelievable grief, to where it changed the chemistry of my hormones, my brain, everything. The puppy is so much love and joy that I still miss my dog, but the love and joy, it wins out. So
I
whatever
got
you're
chills.
going through, it just it like I still have the sadness, but that love and joy changes the chemistry of your being. So if you can appreciate a sunset, walk out in nature, you will shift. Yeah, you'll still know that things are maybe not as you would like them to be, or you went through grief, pain, but you'll feel the reality of the love and joy. So I'm so glad you brought that up, because that's huge. And with cacao is like drinking love. Like, it really does open our hearts, and it does something to our brains where it lights up our pleasure centers and doesn't give us like that huge crash of like a coffee or something. It's just beautiful plant medicine to work with. I love
I
it.
love what you said when you said love wins. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
can have a whole lot going on, but as long as you can see love somewhere, find love somewhere, it is
Yeah.
so strong. It can bring you back to love, which is yourself.
Yes. Yes. So well said.
So I wanted to just, people joining, the book is Petals of Love by
Oh yeah.
Marabella Muncy. And also she's got a new album out, which is on iTunes and Spotify, which is the Petals of Love music. And there's also a journal. I will link all this at the end so you guys can grab it, because it's so, your book is so beautiful. The art in it, it's amazing. It brings my whole soul together. Like you, Marabella.
Oh, oh, I feel the same about you. You're just absolutely amazing. After we're finished with our lives, I'm like floating for days. It's so
Oh, I
nice.
love that. That makes me happy. I am
So,
reading everyone's comments as well. Thank you for
oh
the
yeah.
beautiful comments and being
Oh,
here.
that's so sweet. What are some of the comments? I can't see them.
Oh, there's a beautiful one, Skye. Thank you for bringing forward Marabella to share with others here in the now. Heidi Rose has also said, which is concrete forest. I feel like I'm bathing in feminine energy.
Oh, we are.
How
Yes.
beautiful. The heavenly energies are showering. Uh,
Yeah.
you two are resplendent and totally out there in the atmosphere of beautiful things. What a space to enter. Thank you. And we've got
Wow.
JJ here. We've got Colleen here. We've got, is it Fruc and Rabe here? And anyone else joining? Melons, Meloni Cooks. Thanks for joining, guys.
And I wanted to let everyone know too. So my email is marabellamuncy.com. And if anybody wants prayers or energy sent to them, I am doing like a month challenge where I get up every morning and I do prayers and send energy. So if anybody wants energy or prayers, just send me an email, and I'm so happy to pray for you. So happy to send love and energy to you or your situation or whatever.
If I had to pick someone to send me prayers, it would be you, Marabella. You sit in
Oh,
such high, childlike, feminine, all of the beautiful energies combined. Also,
oh,
I have linked Marabella's, I think, Instagram page. So you can
yeah,
always jump over there and send her a message. But I will, at the end of
absolutely.
this, relink all of her books and songs. And yeah.
Great. Yes, so happy to do that. And so another, besides when we're taking a moment to appreciate with our sight, when we prepare our cacao, observe how it's blending, how it's melting, the swirling into a velvety elixir. Really notice every step. Kind of like, it reminds me of like my little puppy. She notices every little thing. And she's a baby. Like, we almost want to go back to being children again, where we notice everything almost like as if for the first time. Like the first time you walk outside, Skye, do the leaves change colors where you live in fall?
So we are in spring. So
Oh, that's my favorite.
I'm rebirthing and you're shutting
Oh,
down. So I've just come out, and when I was in America, as much as I love my trip, how excited I was to come back into spring. Like, I
yes.
going raw and being connected to the universe. I just so in tune, like that rebirth. So it does, but we have autumn, which comes after spring, and summer, which we're going into now.
And so you have, do the leaves actually fall off the trees there?
In autumn, not in
In
spring.
autumn. In autumn,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's exactly the
Spring
same.
Spring's actually my favorite. And autumn and spring are
Yeah.
similar because it's kind of like, it's the same, like a rebirth almost. I mean, we're going to be rebirthing, resting, and then popping out in spring. But, the colors change, and then it's just brilliant. It's so beautiful. um, And so another sense that can bring us into the now is smell. So when you're making your cacao, if you want to smell it as you're making it, when I'm making my green juice, I can go from like a ho hum day. As soon as I get my vegetables, I'm washing them, preparing them. It's like electric. I'm so excited. I love the taste, especially like the first taste of the green juice. I can't wait to drink it. Even the vegetables, like as I'm cleaning them, chopping them, they just feel alive. And even just making juice makes me so happy. Like, I know sometimes it feels like a chore, but then once I get into it, it's not a chore at all. I'm so happy to do it. I
I'm
just
the
love it.
same. I wonder
Yeah.
how much the vibration of all the fresh food just like infuses us before we even eat it. Because I'm the same. I've never felt when I used to make either like before I was vegan or even cooked foods the same as I do when all the fresh, I'm chopping the fresh and assimilating the fresh. I feel like I'm infusing it.
Yes. Yes. So amazing. Because, our vegetables grow out in the sunlight. Sunlight has so many healing codes in it. Just even a few minutes a day of letting the sunlight hit your third eye, so healthy for you, so good for you. Just
Yes,
illuminates us, heals us.
it sure does.
The scent carries ancient memories and a connection to the rainforest. So when you're drinking your cacao, that's something to think about. Allow it to calm your mind and open your heart. And cacao has that feeling to me of calmness, energizing, but in a whole different dimension. I think I told you that before
Mm.
I wrote this book, I someone asked me to give a cacao ceremony, and I'd been to a couple, but I'd never given one. And so I thought, well, I need to get my cacao and I need to work with it every morning, be in meditation every morning. It like lit up parts of my brain. I was like, wow, in a positive way, and opened my heart. And I just felt connected, like connection to Mother Earth, connection to other people. My relationships were really, really good. Like they were good before, but now they're even better. Like just being present in the moment, noticing all the things, so important.
Mm. We can learn a lot from plants and plant medicine about ourselves, especially if
Absolutely.
we don't sit in fear, if we sit in love. There's great lessons to be learnt.
And you mentioned fear. Cacao actually helps to quench the fear. It helps to calm us, and it does something to a part in our brain where we feel fear, and it kind of closes that down a little. And I think that's why I could be courageous enough to bring a book forward, because I sort of sat on my ideas for a long time before they came to fruition.
I love that it brings it all together.
Yes. And taste, this is where the essence truly reveals itself. Take small sips, allowing the cacao to coat your tongue. So, really indulging and enjoying and being in the present moment. Savor her, the complex flavors, the subtle bitterness, the deep chocolate notes, the earthy undertones. Skye, how did you prepare your cacao today? What's in yours?
Okay, so I've got ceremonial grade cacao by Creation Cacao. And how I make it, I should be a link in the description, but I did make the milk earlier with almonds instead of hemp seeds. And because there was no sweetener in my milk, what I did is in the blender, I put the ceremonial grade cacao, some of my fresh made almond milk, a couple dates, blended that all up, and then I boiled some water. I then put what I blended through a nut milk bag, and I
Mm.
put it into a glass, and I add a tiny bit of hot water just to warm it a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like the whole thing isn't hot. And when I did that, I was blending and I was thinking of love and infusing
Oh,
love and happiness and joy and gratitude. And I'm about to drink this and feel
yeah.
fulfilled.
Oh, that's wonderful. You put your intentions in when you made your cacao, and that's something great that we can all do. Whether we're making juice, whether we're making cacao, whether we're making dinner for our families, like really thinking, being present about who we're serving and the love that we want to pour into our food or our cacao or our juice or whatever, salads. It makes a huge, huge difference. I think it just really like infuses it with love, and then we ingest that and it raises our vibration, brings forth health, happiness. That's so good.
Like I always bring up those Dr. Emoto experiments. I brought it up in the last live about how the words he says to like cooked rice or water, the rice and water become under a microscope either disease if we speak negatively, or these beautiful sacred geometric shapes, which
Yes.
is what we want to align with. And we are like, we are water, we are this food, we are the words. And I think like even the sounds, right? The sounds as we say them, we want to say them high vibrationally, like love and happiness, not love and
Yes.
happiness. And we become that. And this is what this is all about, is we're infusing what we want to become into our food every day.
Absolutely. Yes. Words are so important.
Oh, I like this.
Uh-huh.
I'm just reading this.
Oh, yeah.
Heidi Rose has said, in the Vedas, it's mentioned that the consciousness of a person doing the preparation is in the offering.
Ooh.
I love
Yes,
that.
I like that too.
So there was actually an experiment I'm jumping across here about, now I can't remember if it was chickens or guinea pigs. So sadly, they were doing experiments on cholesterol, these scientists. And there was a group that were of these pigs or chickens that somehow didn't get cholesterol issues. And they were looking at the food, and the food was very high fat, very not good for the animal. But because the people that were coming in were hugging them, they fell in love with the animals they were caring for. And that love obviously stopped these animals getting cholesterol. But I can't remember where I saw that, but I love stories
Wow.
like that. That's the power of like intention and love. It had nothing to do with the food at all.
That's amazing. And you know what you can do too, what we can all do is take like write words on our glass, like love, and then
Yes.
do that and you drink it, or it puts the love in the in what you're drinking. You can totally do that. I did that with my water pitcher.
I need to do
Peace,
this.
abundance. And
I
it
need to
really
do it.
does bring in that, it raises the vibration of the water. Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, I think there's intention behind it, in that it's better you write the words love because you get to put your love. Like it's very different when something's been like made on a production line and it's mindless, right? But when you write love and happiness, you infuse your love and happiness back into you and out into the universe for the day.
Yes, very good. I like that. Yeah, so you just, when you take your drink, you feel the warmth spreading through your body, a gentle caress from the earth. Do not rush. Let the taste linger. So, in other words, be here now. Take your time. I know we're always rushing from appointment to appointment, place to place, but we can actually, at times, just sit and be here now and not have to. You're enough. You are enough.
That's so
you
true. That's the motto for today. You are enough.
you are enough. And then also the touch, like feeling the warmth of the cup in your hands, or for me, the coolness of the green juice in my hands. And it's amazing how temperature can take you. Like for me, I really do like warm. I feel best in heat. I have a heated blanket that I wrap around myself sometimes, even in the summer. But that helps to bring me like right here, like, oh, I'm so cozy, I'm so warm. Just the sense of touch. Whether you're
I
inside
actually
or
was gonna, sorry, I was just gonna say, when it comes to warmth, I usually like cooler things, but we're going into hot weather. But I do know when I work with you and we do this, I like the warmth as like warming the heart. Like I
oh
like the
yeah,
emotion. going through my body and it's warming me. So sorry to interrupt there.
Oh, no, I'm so glad you did. You're never an interruption. I'd rather you say it so you don't forget.
That's right. Yes, true.
Whether inside or outside, feel the earth beneath your feet, extending deep into the heart of Maya. So, in other words, another great way to be here now is to step out on the earth. Barefoot, grounding will put you immediately right here now. And it actually helps your body to center and come back into a normal resonancy. When we're touching our phones or we are on our computers, it kind of messes with our body systems. But when we let go of all that and we just step outside, walk barefoot on the earth, it grounds us. It brings us right back to where we're supposed to be. And that can bring us to right here now. So if ever, like, first thing I used to want to do when I was a child, when I'd get home from school, take off my shoes and socks, take them off and be barefoot. And then you just, I don't know, it helps to soothe you, helps you to come into a relaxed, calm way of being, state of mind, helps our internal systems to come back to normal, come back to a natural way of being, comfort,
Our natural self.
natural self.
Finding our natural self. We all want that. Like the more natural I put in and spend out time inside in nature, the more I feel like I get to know a self that I never, like that I knew I was meant to meet, but never knew I could. Because the way the world is set up and the way the world is going, everything is distraction and away from nature. You know, it's all computers, and successful people are sitting on computers for sometimes 20 hours a day, you know, and here we're saying like the real true living is in getting out in nature and finding yourself.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, whenever we talk about nature because it's
Yes.
so healing, just incredible. And so you just would allow the grounding visualization to bond your connection to the present. So you go out in nature and you're so right here, right now, walking, noticing. It's a great way to meditate. And I think we've talked about meditation before, and kind of, Skye, your way of meditating maybe is to go to the beach and walk. You don't have like a formal meditation. I feel like you told me that before. And so I go back and forth with having meditation and not, but just taking a walk in nature can be your meditation because it brings you into the present. If you're dealing with any kind of stress, you can breathe through your heart and release it. Sometimes through the walking, you'll kind of like figure things out, why you're feeling the way you're feeling, where is it coming from. Sometimes just getting away from all the stress, the computers, the phone. And I challenge you to leave your phone at home when you go for a walk. That's hard for me. But if you can, that's great, because then it's just you and nature. And a lot of times you'll get a lot of downloads from the divine. A lot of questions will become answered on a walk, just you and nature. So it's a good way to connect to the present.
And I think what you said about myself being in movement in nature is really important for people. You can say, have an ADHD brain or I've been through a lot of trauma, and I find it very uncomfortable to just sit in my own energy. Hopefully one day I get there, but that doesn't mean I'm not able to meditate or connect with nature. I just find whether I'm bobbing up and down in water or whether I'm running, and as you said, I get the most downloads in this space. My mind becomes still, and that's the time I feel connected most to myself and nature. So if you struggle with, like, I don't even know whether you want to call it racing brain, I just feel very uncomfortable to sit and like not do anything. For my brain to still, I seem to be need to move, and that's just where I am right now. So if that works for you, you can try doing that as well.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, there's so many different ways to connect in with the divine, out in nature, or even playing with your puppy. That's so divine to
Yeah.
me and so fun.
I learned, so I was saying recently, when I healed myself and I would sit in a local park, a place that people, as you say, we can take things for granted, the more I would sit in the space, all of a sudden you'd start to see little ants and bugs moving over the grass, moving away, that the sap, which was wet, would go hard. And then you'd see little animals rolling it up, little bugs. And like, you have this great appreciation the more you sit with animals and nature, like things that for most of my life were just like bugs, annoying, right? And here I am
Right.
learning and watching God in motion. So there is like, you can learn so much about yourself and have so much gratitude just by sitting in nature, but sometimes it doesn't appear straight away.
Right.
Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat.
Mhm.
The more you sit there, and I usually, as I said, I'm not great with sitting still. So usually I'd be like playing with grass or touching flowers, or, God supplies all this for us to find ourselves.
Oh, so wonderful. Yes. I can't wait to see you in person. We'll go for a walk together. That'll be so
Yes, I
fun.
love that. I love that so
That'll
much.
be
I would love,
fun.
we could do a retreat sometime. I can imagine how much love and gratitude we could sit in that time for space.
We definitely could do that. That would be really fun. You guys help us with that. Send us your energy for our retreat.
Yes, I'd love that so much.
And so feeling rooted and connected can really help us to be in the present moment. So rooted and connected can be, like you were talking about, out in nature. It can be kind of having something really good to drink, like cacao, or like carrot juice is really good. It's like a root vegetable. So whenever I drink carrot juice, I feel very good in my body, very, very strong, very rooted. Sometimes if I feel off, I'll drink carrot juice and it'll help me. It'll just bring me back somehow. It kind of grounds me, like it was, carrots are grown in the ground. So I connect that with like feeling grounded. It's also really good for your skin, or, like we already talked about, walking on the earth, just sitting down on the ground too can help you to feel rooted, connected. And I like the heart breath too, breathing, just imagining you can breathe through your heart. And this just reminded me, sending love from your heart to a situation. If you run into a situation, or you're worried about what's going on in the world today, just imagining love coming from your heart to that situation, it really shifts things and it works. So if you're struggling with something and you just envision love coming from your heart, however that looks to you, it could be like a stream of sparkly energy, it could be a golden light. I like to imagine like the light coming in from the top of my head and shining out through my heart. And it shifts so many situations for me where with my own brain, I don't know how to fix something or what to do or what to say. I just send love to it. That's what I tell my clients that come in that are very afraid of what's going on in the world. I'm like, you can change it. You can just send love to it. And then you're actually doing something, and you're sending so much love. And then your perception shifts and you're helping. You can imagine sending love to the earth. Try sending love to the forest, and what happens is love comes back to you. It's so amazing.
You know what you're sounding like when you're saying that? All I can picture is Care Bears. You know, the
Oh
Care
yeah,
Bears and the rainbows come out of their heart and the big hearts
yes.
come out and sunshine comes out. And I know there's like a grumpy bear. We don't want to be that, but we want to be all the bears that send out all the love like from their heart.
Yes, think of that. Think of you're a Care Bear.
Yes.
Exactly, that's exactly what it is. I can see those too. There was a
Let me
post going
see if I
around
can
with
find
Care
it.
Bears
Little,
lined up
little,
sending.
you keep talking. I'm going to see if I can find a picture here.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so with the hearing, staying present while hearing, create a peaceful atmosphere. Perhaps play soft, gentle music or nature sounds. So music, listening to a meditation, singing. Singing can raise your vibration, or humming. If you're ever in a bad mood, put on some great music. high vibrational music and hum or sing. You can't, it's hard to be in a bad mood when you're singing, like uplifting music. Music can change your vibration in a heartbeat. And if possible, or let's see, if possible, have a moment of complete silence to fully hear your own voice. Yes.
See how
Yes,
they
that's
send like the
it.
sunshine and the hearts? We want to be Care Bears, guys.
Yes. Oh, I love that. Yay.
There's
Yeah.
another one up there. Hang on one second. Let me see if I can. There's another one. This is us, right? We're going to send all that healing and love and energy.
Oh, yes, that's it. Yes. Me and my empath gang transmuting energy, raising the vibe, and sending love. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, there is something about sending love, about prayers. It just works. It just does something to us and shifts our vibration. Super healing.
And Fox has said here, I'm in a zone where I'm preparing to go to bed. Well, I hope that works. These are all things we can send out from us and feel, right? In the preparation is, I know someone recently said, Skye, how do you do these long haul flights as someone with ADHD? And I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm literally only in, I break it up into sections. I actually struggle to do shorter flights than longer flights because with the longer flight, my brain is like, I get on, I'll hydrate, I'll have some food, then I'll have a movie time. Like I've broken it up. So if it's like coming up to bed, it's about breaking it up into how you best feel comfortable because it really works. Like if I can be better on long haul flights than short, I've got to learn to break my short flights up in my head, right? So they don't seem so overwhelming.
Wow, that's interesting. So you'll set, do you go by the clock or do you just like,
So I almost live in a space, I guess it sounds like a bit of autism, but I feel like as I've got onto the raw foods, I feel things so much. I worked out most of my life, I haven't just been seeing or smelling, I'm feeling emotion from things. And when I think of a flight, I lock into the comforts of flight. So I think of any long flight I've done in my life, I think to myself, I get on, I snuggle in, I find my spot, I get my pillow. So on international flights as well, it's bigger, and you get pillows and you always get a television. And then I love Marvel's movies. So I go to Marvel, so I get a Marvel's movie, and then people around me eat. So I will usually eat. And I basically tap into all the positive emotions for trips. Whenever I've traveled short, I'm constantly thinking about landing because it's so short. It's like when you get to the last hour of the flight. So that I've got to work on, but I seem to just look into the positive events. I try to do that not just for flying, but everything. I try to see the positive in everything, even things that people are like, that's bad for you, that's negative. I'm like, well, I learned from that. That is, and the more I see positive, the more I guess I'm healing Skye.
yes, yes. And this full moon, in Aries is also about going forward. So it's about kind of transforming, like the leaves would change color, they would fall off. It's like going forward. It's like we're healing and then we're going forward, moving on, keeping going. And
Yeah.
so one of the ways to do that is if there is a situation and some people call it negative, sure, you can look at it that way, but you can also look at it in a positive way that is, how is this for me? How is this for my healing? And just keep going forward, not giving up, just seeing what the beauty is in it, or the
Yeah.
lesson, or what's in it from what's this here to teach me. And it's your choice how you want to feel or look about it, not
It
feel.
lives it helps me live in less fear. The
Yeah,
more I see things as like negative, the more I live in fear, the more I see the things I'm going to learn and the positivity and getting something out of it. And that's not to say that when a traumatic event happens, that your
right.
first response is not anger or sadness. I'm talking
Yes.
about years or even weeks later, is you want to see what you've learned. Like, I know losing a puppy must be so traumatic, but how much love did you experience while your dog was alive? And now you've
Yes.
learned so much, and you've got all these beautiful memories. And it's good to not, otherwise what I find about trauma is if you stay in the negative, you continue to live in the past, which we call depression. And
Right.
it can create the anxiety of pre-preparing for these events to occur to us again. And then we start to manifest them because we think about them so much. It can feel like more energy. When I started to actually move away, when I was doing a lot of the high fruit, raw foods, I was in a lot of negative energy, as in I'd boxed myself in, that's bad and that's bad and that's bad. When I accepted things that I had to learn from in maybe a denser reality, I sat in so much more love. I got less fear. I feel I healed on a deeper level. It is more energy to constantly think, especially when you're trying to train yourself to think in a positive way. But then, as I said, the more you think of love, the more that's all you see. But like anything, like even when you first start kindergarten as a child, it can seem overwhelming and hard. And how am I going to even learn to read? But the more you
Yeah.
do it, before you know it, you're at the end of school and you can read and write and you have friends. But you have to start. So you have to start looking for that positive.
Right. And you did bring up a good point. I'm not saying to fake it till you make it or anything like that. You have to honor
No.
where you are at your time in the moment. And it's okay to experience all the feelings and experience them. But like you were saying, to also experience them, but be aware to not live in them, because otherwise it would create a depression. And my husband was so just amazing. He said, you're so upset. I don't like to see you so sad and down in the dumps. And he's like, I've got to get you this puppy. And I was like, yeah, it's probably a good idea to get her. And but I felt like my chemistry was changing. Like he was afraid I wouldn't come out of it, and it would have taken me a really, really, really long time.
Interesting.
And I still remember her. Like I miss her terribly, but I've shifted from that like traumatic, horrible pain into now I still cry, but my chemical makeup, like who I am, has shifted. So I'm more myself now. Before I was like so, so, so sad. So it's just, I honored that. If I'm sad, I cry, but I also can feel the love and the joy. And if I didn't have this other puppy, it would have taken me longer to come out of it, but I would have stuck with things like making myself go for a walk, because once you put yourself out in nature and you walk, you begin to feel better. It's getting yourself there. You just have to get yourself there. And then nature
Yeah.
takes over. But it's something to work on. Like I would have had to like, okay, I'm making a choice. I'm choosing my mental health. I'm doing this for my mental health. And then the transformation would come. Um, there's something like within me where I don't like to stay down too long,
Yeah, me either.
but I want to experience the truth of where I am. This moon's also about being able to know our truth and express our truth, which is super important right now going on with what's going on in
Mm.
the world, to know our truth and to be able to express ourselves. So that's super, super important too, as well.
And the brain moves or changes the way that we see things. So when something, for example, I think there's an example when I'm younger and for Christmas, like really young, I didn't get a present that I wanted, right? This might sound a little selfish, but I remember being so distraught, thinking I
Yeah.
didn't get this particular doll. My world is ending. How I see that now is not the same. Now, I know this is a memory far back, but that's kind of how memory works, is we can be in a moment where we think the world is ending. What tends to happen as we get older is we're not as healthy and the brain kind of latches on to negativity. And it's not so much that I believe we've had so much, because the brain can be quite resilient. I think it's just we've taught ourselves over time to hold on to these things. Whereas truly, when I healed myself and I was coming out of some of the darkest times, is the one thing that held me was nature. There was
Mm,
no more was there a person, was there an expert, was there medication, was there a podcast. It had to be get your shoes off, throw yourself in the water. just go for a walk. As long as I was in nature, everything shifted. And I almost think it's like a rolling stone gathers no moss. If you're outside, you are amongst really the movement of the planet. You're moving forward. Inside, I can feel stagnant, and that can keep me trapped in the emotion. And trapped in the emotion, I build a story around it. If I get outside, you've got the breeze, you've got fresh air, you smile at people, you see little animals. Your brain is rewiring and moving you forward with the planet. So I think if
Yes.
you get really stuck, even if you don't believe it, get out in nature.
Yes. Yes. Yes, for sure. That's interesting how you said like your brain creates a story and then you have
It
woulda,
does.
coulda, shouldas. I wish I would have done this. Maybe I didn't do that. How did, like, I'm trying to make it, how is this my fault? You know? But when you get outside, it's like, oh wow, the air, the temperature of the air, the clouds, or the cloud, that cloud looks like a bear. Like you're just distracted, I think.
Yeah. The other thing which is scientifically proved is when you walk, your eyes do the same as what they do in rapid eye movement sleep. So because they dart constantly, because you're moving, plus there's nature, so you've got so much to look at. So the same storage patterns start to occur. So you get to start putting things away, plus you're getting some oxytocin and dopamine, plus you're getting a high level of oxygen. It's like the
Yeah.
perfect situation that's untapped. So you've got that versus laying in your room, taking or eating something addictive and just sitting in it. So even if you're someone who prefers a bit of science, there's that side of it that you can really put things away.
Wow.
So,
Have you
yeah,
have you heard of EMDR?
yes.
It's so I
That's like
wonder.
the tapping in the eye movement, like the
Yeah, right.
yeah,
I've never tried it, but I think that when you talked about walking and our eyes moving, that's what it reminds me of. Because, you know, the sun has different spectrums coming in. So
yes.
probably as your eyes are wow.
Because when
I'm
you walk, and it's walking like in the bush type thing, out in nature, because there's
yes.
when you're in nature, there is so many different textures, levels, sunlight, refraction, reflection. There is water, there's dampness, there's leaves falling, there's animals jumping. Is your eye, but you're at peace. You're not in flight or fight. So you've got these eyes which are moving like rapid eye movement. Because when somebody's eyes are going in rapid eye movement, they're literally like this. And the only way they say that you can really truly recreate that is by nature, because there's so much there, but we're at peace.
Yes. Yes, you're at peace and you're figuring out the next step to take. You might be climbing up a hill. Like your senses are busy. Your brain
Yes.
is busy. I'm like, how am I gonna survive this? Like in a good way, not in a bad way,
It
but like
would probably be the same out on the water as well. If you were out on a surfboard, or you've got different levels of motion, but your eyes are constantly darting around.
yes.
I think it's also something familiar. I believe the geometry of nature is something inbuilt in us, and we feel safe and recognize that. I don't believe, even if you ran around even indoors, that it's the same. So
Mm-hmm. Yes.
yes.
So engaging all your senses, you transform the act of drinking cacao, or it could be a walk in nature, or drinking your green juice, or playing with your puppy, into a sacred ritual, a moment of deep connection with yourself, your inner being, and your higher self. So, our takeaway is coming into being present by coming into being in the present moment just by using your senses, your eyes, your ears, your taste, smell, sight, walking
Yes.
out in nature. Yeah.
I love that. Thank you so much, Marabella, and thank you everybody for joining. And I saw Don's just joined, and I love this. The moon looked so nice last night. It was like a fluffy blanket of clouds all around, and I was looking at the sky.
Ooh,
I love.
beautiful. I'm
This
so
is
glad you
reminding
looked
me
at
of.
the moon, had that experience.
This is
Yay.
reminding me of Care Bears right there. The little Care Bears. We're all sending out love into the universe like Care
Cute.
Bears.
Yay.
All right. I will see you next month. And thanks,
Yay.
everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Sending you so much love. Love from our
Bye.
heart. Bye.